Probability, binomial probability developing the not case. Consider the basketball player in the last example. Let's say in the second half of a game, he attempts 4 free throws. If making the free throw is a success, what are the possible outcomes? In other words, how many different numbers of free throws could he make during the second half? Well, he can make 0, or he can make 1, or 2, or 3, or 4. Those are all the possible cases. If you add the probabilities of all of these outcomes together, what will we get? Well, I'm going to take the time to develop the first one, and then I'm going to pause the video and write out the others. So we have 4 attempts with 0 successes. What's the probability of a success? 75 hundredths. To 0 power, because it was 0 successes. What was the probability of failures? 0.25 or 25 hundredths raised to the 4th power, because there would be 4 failures. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for 1 success, 2 successes, 3 successes, and 4 successes. Okay, so here we have 0 successes, 1 success, 2 successes, 3 successes, and 4 successes, I should say. All right, so if we add all those probabilities together, we will end up getting the number 1. Suppose you wanted to find the probability the player makes at most 3 free throws. What would you need to calculate? So we're looking at the minimum being 0, and the maximum would be 3. Okay, so the first way we're going to do this, we're going to call this the direct method, because we're going to figure this out for 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 successes. And as I write this out, this will seem like a whole lot of work. So hopefully when we do the indirect or the not method, you will see the advantage to it. So again, I'm going to pause this, and basically I'm going to write down all of these probabilities up here except for this one. I'm going to write all of them except for this one right here. Okay, I have all of those probabilities written out, and when I add them together, I get 684 thousandths. So hopefully you thought the same thing I did, that was a lot of work. Is there another way we could calculate the probability without requiring so many calculations? And I ask you to look at the equation you wrote for adding all the probabilities together, and we're talking about what we did up here. Okay? So we call this the indirect method or the not method. Okay? So for this part right here, we added this plus this plus this plus this. So is there another way that we could get all of that stuff that we added using these 2 items together? And hopefully you're seeing that we could take that 1 minus the 4C4 times 75 hundredths to the 4th power times 25 hundredths to the 0 power. And then that would give us the remainder that we added right here. And sure enough, if you put this in your calculator, you will get this. What if we wanted to find the probability he makes at least one free throw? So that makes the minimum 1 and the maximum would be 4. So we would be looking at the probability of 1, if I was going to do the direct method, the probability of 1 free throw plus 2 free throws plus 3 free throws plus 4 free throws. Now that is a lot of work. Now if I did the not method, I could instead do 1 minus, now what would be missing from that? The probability of making 0 free throws. Now I know what I think is easier, so I'm going to go ahead and choose the not method. Okay, so I have 1 minus 4C0 times 75 hundredths to the 0 power times 25 hundredths to the 4th power, and I get 996 thousandths.